Moving to another subject, long has been said about the negotiations with the ELN, the ELN, and these negotiations have a different nature as FARC, because FARC was a military with a hierarchy and a commander and a head with whom you can negotiate. But ELN is kind of they call themselves as an NGO with no head. How do you approach a negotiation of this nature?
Well, it's not true that they don't have a head. They have a sort of a secretariat. There's one person still is the head of the ELN, Gabino, is now in Cuba. And we were able to negotiate with them a ceasefire at the end of my government, which unfortunately this government persuaded the ELN not to sign. And they said, okay, we will not sign with the Santos government, we would sign with the next government, and the next government did not comply with what they had promised. And that's why we are right now in a big war with the ELN. But I do think that if the conditions are right, and this is extremely important in any negotiation, if the conditions are right, there would be an opportunity to negotiate. We have held negotiations with the ELN, with the different factions of the ELN that they get together, and this is possible if there is the political will to do it.
What do you mean when you say if the conditions are right? Like what conditions do you mean?
For example, in the case of the FARC, the preconditions that were necessary for a successful negotiations were having the military balance power in the favor of the state, of having the support of the region. In any asymmetrical war today, anywhere in the world, you need the support of the region. Otherwise, it's very difficult to negotiate. And you need the commanders of the guerrillas, in the case of the FARC, to be persuaded that for them, personally, it was in their favor to negotiate and to continue the war. I think something of that sort could be found to create the conditions with the ELN. For example, the ELN is very sensitive to the public opinion of the regions where they operate. And we started by convincing the people in those regions to press the ELN for a negotiation. That is a necessary condition in the case of the ELN, because that's one of the ways to persuade them to negotiate. So you have to find in any negotiation the necessary conditions for a successful negotiation.
Know your adversaries.